being a rapper would probably be the most dangerous job in the world for real, man.
And why do you say that? We see it.
Yeah, we see it, but it's almost like, man, I could have a hater, and I could never know how he look. You know what I'm saying? Or somebody who could want to kill me by something I've said, or I never know how he look. You know what I'm saying? I'm going there to do a show thinking that, you know, which I know I don't have 100% fans. I know some haters, but you just never know where it's coming from. You go in these different cities, and every city has a different culture.
Yeah, man.
You see what I'm saying? So it's almost like you have to adapt. It's like a sponge. You got to be like a sponge and know where to go and how to go. And it's almost like it's a target on you.
Big Boy's neighborhood. Alrighty, back in the neighborhood. Rich Homie Quan. It's been a minute. Welcome back to the neighborhood, bro.
Oh, man, feel good to be back.
Man, was it a music hiatus that you went on, or personal, or we hadn't seen you? Yeah.
I would say some of everything, hiatus, litigations, and personal reasons.
Yeah, man, life.
Yeah, you know, cloud over my head, you know what I'm saying? But I'm back.
I heard that, man. How does it feel to be so-called, people say, back? You know, don't call it a comeback. You've been here for years.
Yeah, more of a recenter. It feels good. And all the way independent now. So it's
man.
Like
is that better for you, though?
Way better.
Yeah, it ain't nothing like, man, doing your own thing, your own way with your own time. Because you can go and do your blood, sweat, and tears, and you hand it to somebody else.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
it's like, all right, it's your turn now, and they don't do it.
Or they don't do it right, or, you know, execute it the way you think it could be executed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's different when, like, shit, I know what I can do. I believe in myself 100%, 110%. And it's more about the creative control, being able to drop when I want to drop. I got a tremendous team around me. Shout out to Venice. And it's just been great, man.
And then I think you paid enough tuition into the School of Experience, too, especially when you're there. You're like, man, I could do all this.
Yeah, but because the experience is the best teacher. You know what I'm saying? I've been through so much. I've saw every side of the sword. So why not try independent?
Hey, man, how close were you to what was going on during your kind of your getaway? Did things start to get a little goofy where you were like, man, I'm glad I'm not a part of all this?
Definitely. I was definitely excited I wasn't part of the Goo Troop. You know what I'm saying? Or that era, you know what I'm saying? Because I take my music serious. Like I say, man, I feel like I'm hip-hop musically inclined. I love hip-hop, like lyrics, beat, all that matters to me. And I think at one time when I wasn't dropping, it did get to a little, you know, I don't know what type of music was coming out, but it wasn't serious. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't serious.
Hey, man, were you paying attention to it, or were you just paying attention to what you have going on in your life?
To be honest, I was paying attention to the music because at that time I really didn't have nothing going on. I was going through litigation, so I couldn't drop.
And what was
music.
the litigation? If you don't mind my asking, if I don't know how public this was, or if I didn't see
public.
something.
Yeah, it was public. With TIG, I was just going through a litigation with TIG, so I couldn't drop music for 2 years. So during that time, yes, of course, I'm looking at.
What does that do to your creative process?
Oh man, it slowed me down.
You probably got some hits in your headphones, just making stuff for himself. Like,
I was definitely still recording, but it was almost like, why record? Should I record? Should I continue to record when I'm going through a litigation? I can't drop any music. I see my peers taking off. Yeah. So it was depressing a little bit.
Right. You know is it hard to see your peers taking off when you know you're like, damn, I'm on a sit down?
It's just more so hard to see. Yes, it was hard to see my peers take off because I was on the sit down, and the reason I had to sit down.
Right? Yeah. It wasn't like you said
I want to sit down, but for litigate my lawyer, hey, look, man, you can't drop any music. You haven't even been paid for your regular stuff yet, so that puts some mind. You know.
What about when we got smooth like quarantine and pandemic? Were you creating then, or does that take you down even more of a slope? Like,
nah, pandemic definitely helped my creative process. Around pandemic, to be honest, was the time like I started feeling myself again. I started getting my mojo back. You know what I'm saying? We at home. I ended up building a studio. I ended up moving during the pandemic. So when I move, I always keep like a studio set up. Like I keep a nice studio in the house. So when I moved, like, man, I didn't listen to the radio for like a year. Then hooked the studio up.
That's some fucked up shit to say to a radio guy.
I'm sorry, but it's just like I was in my mind. I was in my mind figuring out like if I still want to do this. I was in my mind, and one day, my girl ended up getting pregnant. So when she got pregnant, I was just thinking about the new baby, and I'm like, dang, I really want to have some new memories for him. You know what I mean? So that really like inspired me. Like, man, let me get up and go down there And I went down. Well, at first it took me like 3 months to build a studio, but while we building it, I got it like in a different room. I'm just getting myself back fresh every day, whether it's ad libs, even if I'm just going out in the room to listen to new music that just came out to be inspired.
Right.
And I definitely got that cloud over my head.
At any
pandemic.
point, Quan, were you missing the sound too? And I don't mean the sound from music, but like the travel, the sound of the crowd, you know what I'm saying? Because that can get addictive too, and not in a bad way. It depends on how you look at it. But
sure.
but yeah, did you miss that?
I miss more so of just the genuine love I would always get. Like the shows and stuff never stopped doing the litigation, so I was always doing shows. I was still on stage.
Oh, you ain't got your money though, huh?
Oh, for sure, for sure. So
you weren't that much in your head.
Exactly. So yeah, like, I was still doing shows like when you wasn't hearing me. Like I every weekend for the last 10 years I've been on the road. You know what I'm saying? But it's different when your mind is not mentally feeling it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm on stage and it's really feeling like a blur. Like I'm up there, but it's like a blur. I'm not in tune with it because I got all this other stuff going on in my brain. You know what I'm saying?
Man. Now it's an EP. Why an EP as far as with Family and Moolah?
An EP because like I feel like my album, I wasn't ready for an album right now. I wanted to get back in tune with the people. I wanted the fans and the radio personalities, as you would call yourself, to know like I want to start from the bottom again. You know what I'm saying? Even with relationships, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of stuff I fought myself on. Accountability is the biggest. And I just want to start off, feel like a new artist, man. Get out here and do the groundwork again. Rebuild some of these relationships that I might have messed up myself. You know what I'm saying? So that was important to me.
Hey, man, when we were talking about just music and hip hop and everything, when did you go from, or when did you first fall in love with it? What was your introduction to music?
My introduction to music would have to have been 3rd grade. My dad bought me a trumpet. I was in the band.
Dude, I played trumpet.
You played the trumpet?
In 4th grade? That's crazy,
That's
man.
Crazy, yeah. So the trumpet was the first introduction, but I ran away from music. I didn't think like music was my calling. Thought I would be playing baseball one day. I played baseball from 4 to 18, but I always just loved
Was
music.
baseball a dream for you too?
Yeah.
Damn.
Like I wanted to play for the Atlanta Braves, man. You know what I'm saying? Like that's always been my dream. Like
and when do you get hip hop in your life?
I get hip hop in my life, I would say probably like 9th grade, man.
And how does that introduction come?
I go to the same school. I went to the same high school as Gucci Man. So everybody out there was Gucci Man fans. And I'm like, man, I like Jeezy. You know
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I like Jeezy.
Did you say that out loud?
No, it was in my brain.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, I like Jeezy. But I just saw how like everybody was just so in tune with music. So
were you writing then?
Yeah, I was writing, but nobody knew I could rap.
Really?
So it was like, you know what I'm saying? I was still preparing myself, like writing in my head, starting with poems and stuff like that. By the time I got to 11th grade, I was rapping like, doing what they call ciphers.
Yeah.
With the homies and stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, so when do you go from doing the ciphers, just writing, to where you say, I want to do this?
I say after I graduated, I had a full scholarship to go to for baseball. Damn. To go to Fort Valley. Stayed in college for 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Okay, what happened, man?
Oh, I just wasn't feeling it. It's just like
you did all that life work, but it worked. It's working. It worked out.
It's working. It's working. But at the same time, like my mind wasn't there. Like I said earlier, like it could be the great situation, but if my heart not in it, like my mind not in it, it doesn't make sense to me.
How do you tell your parents or your family that you coming home?
I just showed up. My mom was like, "Oh no, you're not." But she didn't. I don't think nobody believed at first because it was just like it was almost like a myth.
But as you sit here, it's genius.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like it worked out because you sit here and you got a catalog.
For sure.
There's somebody else right now that didn't happen for. But we can't trip off of it.
Yeah, you're right.
But I know with my son, if my son came home, I want to encourage him to do everything. But if he already at college and he come home, that's a hard one. Like,
it is. But that's how much I believed in myself, and I was willing to. I didn't have that was my plan B. So it wasn't no more plans. I put it all in that. So by then, I'm just focusing on music.
Did you get a time limit from anybody in your family? Like, we're going to let you do this for?
No, not a time limit, because for graduation, my mom, opposed to a car, I asked for studio equipment.
Oh, so she saw it was serious.
Yeah, well, she knew like it's something I really like. You know what I mean? So I just came back home and I used that studio equipment. I had the only studio in the neighborhood. Like, I might have been charging $15 an hour at the time. You know what I mean? Using that money as long as I could smoke me some weed, man.
Yeah.
And, you know, give mama a little something. You know what I mean?
What were you doing? Were you working at that time too now that you come home?
I'm working at the airport.
Oh, okay.
I'm working at the airport, but I'm working at the airport with headphones. I'm working at the airport. I'm still doing music at night, but going to the airport. And I got this crazy story. See, DJ drummer in the airport. And my job in the airport was like one of the guys, not a janitor, but a janitor, wiping out the tables, you know what I'm saying? So I'm wiping out the table in the food court. And drummers promoting.
Were you rich, Homie Quan, back then? Or were you just Homie Quan?
I was rich Homie Quan, but I was rich like more in spirit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For sure. But I've always been a rich Homie Quan. So I see drummer, he's passing out the dedication too. He's like, yo, listen to this. You gonna like it, man. I'm like, man, I rap too. He was like, yeah, but this was going on. And then like from that moment, I just told myself, it inspired me and motivated me with like, he gonna wanna know who I am one day. And shit, I think I got fired 2 weeks later and focused strictly on music.
Man, your magic number is 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's your time span, Quan. Like
2 weeks.
Like 2 weeks.
Yeah,
why the title Family and Moolah?
Family and Moolah because during the pandemic, like that's all I was focused on. Family's always been first. You know what I'm saying? And
I noticed that with the times that you come to the neighborhood before.
Yeah, like
I still
you
got keep
my
family
dad
around you.
My dad's still here. My brother's still here.
Is Pops here now?
Yeah, he paid.
Did I walk past him or did I just see him?
I don't know. I think they put him over there in the other room, but he's definitely back there.
Is it hard having that much family around you though? Because your dad is with you.
Yeah.
And who else with you from the family?
I got my brother with me. That's all we travel with this time in security. But I feel like they have my best interest.
Yeah.
And like I've been around them my whole life. I know they're not gonna. I know they're not yes men, and I know they're not gonna tell me nothing that's not gonna benefit me.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I ain't so much about them. Just like having them around me, and staying on me. You know what I mean?
Does dad ever become is dad manager?
Yes, dad manager.
All right. Does he ever become dad and not manager?
Yeah. He definitely differentiates.
Okay, yeah.
You know
so you know when dad talking.
Yeah, I know when dad talking, because we still had them times like dad, my best friend. You know what I'm saying? Manager, dad gets on my nerves a little bit. You know
I
what I'm
heard
saying?
that. Yeah.
Can he hear that?
Hell yeah, he can. Hey man, do you pay? I guess you have to pay manager dad too, huh?
Yeah, for sure. But it's worth it, man. It ain't even about the money.
I know. If you're gonna pay a stranger or anybody else,
might be my family. So like, I might my family on payroll. You know what I mean? So that's the part I love about it.
Yeah, my family probably listening to this like, duh, Rich Homie Quan doing it. Yeah. Hey man, so you get back in, you starting to feel your mojo once again, bro. And when it comes to music, just entertainment in general, it's one of those, man, where you're here today, you're gone tonight.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like it seems like you always got to stay on somebody's radar, and now everybody got this device, and everybody's doing your obituary pretty much.
Real tough.
You know what I'm saying? Do you get caught up in anything on social media? Were you looking at anything?
Of course, man. I would be here lying saying I didn't look. Who don't look at social media?
I don't.
You don't at all?
Man, I'm done.
You for real?
I'm done, man. I stopped social media. I'm gonna get back on, but I stopped in like January 7th was my last get down. You know what I'm saying? So there be some things that kind of hit my radar. It was just a lot on there, man.
It is, but
we need it though. It's the gift and the curse.
It is, but I definitely slowed back from it. You know what I mean? Because like you said, whenever you get on there, like it's either something like. I saw this dude buying this car, a Rolls Royce truck. Like, man, I want one. And then I get off the next day like, boy, you don't want no car. Yeah. So it'll mess with your mind and stuff like that.
Man, what's your algorithm? You're looking at people buying Rolls Royces. Yeah, mine is full of like Mexican food restaurants. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, but it's just like, you see stuff, then it's like, like seeing someone die every other day. So it's almost like it's become negative. Social media is not what it was, you know what I'm saying, 8 years ago. Like, you know what I mean? We was just getting on there smiling with the pictures and stuff.
Yeah, and you got to know how to use it, man.
Yeah, for sure.
You got to know how to use it, man. Yeah. And perfect segue when you just see, you seeing people dying. You see the craziest things on there now, bro.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? And even now with music, we've seen so many of our soldiers lose their lives. Recently, Takeoff, PNB Rock,
yes.
And I mean it goes on. King Von, I can Dolph. We can go through.
In a small year, I'm like, these are a couple of years, and these are big, huge artists, man. You know what I'm saying?
Did it make you feel like at one point that you're almost like, man, I'm glad I'm not that accessible right now?
I've always try not to be accessible like that. You know what I'm saying? I still look
and
at
not to any fault of anyone else.
No, and like, you know,
Right.
not to shun nothing against that, you know, because sometimes we want to feel.
And when I say accessible, I mean like, you know, it was a lot of those where, man, I got to be out on the road.
Yeah.
I got to go do this. I got to go do
or
that.
just promo. You know what I mean?
So
Promo.
that's what I meant by accessible.
exactly.
Not like somebody like
Just
drop their guard or
yeah.
anything like that.
Nah, but like, I try to stay off the radar and like, you know, like move when I want to move and when my heart tells me to move, man. Not just because, oh yeah, you just dropped some music, you got to do a promo run. Because if I'm not feeling it, I'm not going to go. If my energy off, I know I don't even want to be there. I don't even want the vibe off, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
but being a rapper would probably be the most dangerous job in the world for real, man.
And why do you say that? We see it.
Yeah, we see it, but it's almost like, man, I could have a hater and I could never know how he look. You know what I'm saying? Or somebody who could want to kill me by something I've said, or I never know how he look. You know what I'm saying? I'm going there to do a show thinking that, you know, which I know I don't have 100% fans. I know some haters, but you just never know where it's coming from. You go in these different cities, and every city has a different culture.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? So it's almost like you have to adapt. It's like a sponge. You got to be like a sponge and know where to go and how to go. And it's almost like it's a target on you.
Do you remember like how you heard about Takeoff? It's because I've seen, I've been in the business long enough and I've been on earth long enough to kind of pinpoint where I'm at when I hear certain things. Was that one of those where you knew exactly where you were at, or what, you know, exactly how you felt when you first saw that?
Yeah, I know exactly where I was at, man. It was like 4 in the morning Atlanta time, and I happened to be up by the pool smoking. I was in the back smoking, and when I saw it, you know, you'll see a face on the ground. I saw it twice, and my heart just stopped, man, because you got to think, like, Takeoff is somebody where all the Migos, like, we all came up together. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are people I sat on Gucci couch with before any of us had a deal, before we were rich with any money, so it hit me a little different, like, damn, this could have been me, or, you know what I'm saying? And it just make you just rethink, like, damn, man, this shit real life. I can really die at any time.
Yeah, man. And what's so crazy about it, man, is that some of it's just not fun as it used to be. You know, and I mean, it's life, it's reality. Yeah. It's what we got. It's definitely what we got to deal with. But it's like, damn, man, like, you know, the hashtags and the flowers. I'm like, shit.
Yeah, then I be saying, like, I just be hating how when an artist die or someone dies, it's almost like the culture pays more attention to us when we're dead, and that shit be like, I don't like that, man. That don't be real, man. When you could have been screaming his music or our music while we here. What's the difference? Don't wait till we gone.
Yeah, and that's why I say, man, celebrate it.
Yeah, celebrate it.
You know what I'm saying? Celebrate it. And I'm telling you, Quan, you've always been one of those people that I've always enjoyed.
Thank you, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, even when, like, I met the fam, you know, anytime I seen you were always square business. So when it first came up, like, hey, you know, Rich Homie Quan want to come back in, I turned it down twice. And then the third time, I was just like, you know what, man? Let him back in. But no, when I saw your name pop up and I saw the project and I seen everything, I was like, man, all right, I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? And you and I feel like, especially with me, that you've had a great enough relationship that people do want to see you.
Yes,
people do want to embrace you.
I appreciate
You know what I'm saying? So it was a pleasure to bring you back into the neighborhood,
man, I appreciate that, man.
And see you hanging with us once
Thank you,
again,
man.
man.
That's what it's about, man. It's about relationships and longevity, man.
Hey, man, and you've never been one that's been slick on your tongue either.
Nah.
Or at least I haven't caught it.
Nah, I'm not slick, man. I'm
Right.
not slick, you know what I'm saying? I try to just, you know, straightforward, man, you know what I'm saying? I was brought up by great parents, you know what I'm saying? I try to do things by the book, man. You know what I mean?
Man. What was your, and not prior to the situation that he and Gunna are going through, but had you guys ever had a conversation like in the last 6 months or last year, or had y'all had any conversation that?
No, we haven't had no conversation. We
Man,
just do
and you know
head
what's-
nods in the mall.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because we in Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? Atlanta only so big, so just head nods in the mall, but no conversation though.
Man, yeah, cause and the thing about it, man, is two individuals that built something great.
Yeah, special.
And two individuals could still build something,
For sure,
you know,
for sure.
on their own. Yeah. But like a lot of that introduction,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and that's why sometimes it's just hard to be with an or have a partner
For
or
sure.
things of that nature,
For
man.
sure. But nah, I definitely miss, bro. You know what I'm saying? Free, bro. You know what I'm saying? Free anybody going through Rico right now. And that's going on heavy in Atlanta, so it's almost like you gotta watch what you say and you gotta watch what you put out there. You know what I'm saying?
Do you go into recording knowing now, like, oh man, it's a It's a different climate out there. Or you more catch me if you if you can, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, as far as the different, yes, I do, but it's not because of the Ricos. It's more about my kids getting older and my kids being able to Google me and see what I'm saying. So it's about the message I'm giving the kids and the new generation. That's what I care about. I'm not gonna say anything that's gonna, you know what I'm saying, or make put any extra lights on me or nothing. I ain't gonna. That ain't how I was brought up.
Hey man, when you do see something like that happen with Thug, are you in a position that you say, man, I'm kind of glad I wasn't around it?
Of course.
Yeah.
I'd be lying if I said I didn't.
Right,
you know what
right.
I'm saying? Because if I was around, I'd probably be locked up too.
Yeah.
But God just has his own way of just showing you things and slowing you down. And at the time, I didn't understand, but you know what I'm saying? I see the bigger picture.
Yeah, isn't it crazy though when you like, man, you thinking like it's the curse, what's going on, and then you
why me?
when you see it play out, you're like, oh, okay.
God was, God just showed me like God real.
Yeah, man.
God real.
Believe that. So are you making a gospel album too?
Not at all.
Oh, okay. Not yet. You don't know. You don't know.
Listen,
yeah.
I ain't going gospel. Right. I know for a fact I'm not going gospel.
Hey, man, that's what Mace said. You know what I'm saying?
Kanye too.
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I promise you I'm not going gospel, man. Strictly about Family and Moolah.
Okay.
You know
Family and Moolah. All right. And then
Moolah.
what the gospel album be? Family and Messiah? Nah. Okay, just checking. Has the name always been Rich Homie Quan? Because you said it was, but I don't believe it.
It's always been Rich Homie Quan. Always. At first it was like Lil Quan.
Okay,
you know
yeah.
So it was Lil Quan at first.
Lil or Lil?
L-I-L.
Yeah, so why'd you jump off? Really?
Yeah.
Why you jump off the Lil?
I just knew I wasn't gonna be Lil forever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't want to be 40. You niggas calling me Lil Quan.
Hey man, look at me. I'm big boy still. You know what I'm saying?
but it's big in so many ways though.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Like the biggest.
Yeah, and you don't want to be Lil in so many ways.
Little can't. There's no. Like,
is there any material from Lil Quan?
Any material from Lil Quan, probably on a karaoke machine in my mom's house somewhere.
All right.
You know what I mean? I've locked it. I got locks on that, so I don't even want to go up there. You know what I'm saying?
So what happens now, man? Family and Moolah is here.
Family and Moolah, we're gonna reload it on the 18th of this month. Keep dropping music, stay in their face, man. I want to do movies. I'm trying to get into acting. Working on writing my book, you know what I'm saying?
You live in the book right now, though.
Yeah, definitely live in the book. Fashion, definitely getting in fashion, you know what I'm saying?
I remember one time, man, you had this sweatsuit on. Remember, and I was asking you, I was like, man, and you told me the name of it, and I was like, yeah, I can't get that right now. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, I can't get that right now, bro.
So it's more, I'm definitely into fashion, and I think I have to show that a little bit more because I'm not really Instagram social media friendly.
Yeah,
social media. I'm not a social media guy. Like I say, it's not the same how it was.
You don't put everything on there.
Nah. I try not to show my
eating a burger. Yeah.
I showed my plate this morning because I had a meeting with TikTok yesterday. So
really though.
Like, you got to show stuff like that. You know, you got to just show more of my
so
personality.
you still learning, huh?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. How many kids do you have?
I got 4 boys.
Really, I heard that.
4 boys.
What's their ages?
14 to 2.
Wow.
14, 9. 14, 9.
You knocked that thing out early, huh?
2.
You have a 14-year-old? I heard that.
Yeah, bigger than me.
Yeah, man. Damn.
Yeah, bigger than me.
Yeah, you've been knocking it down for a while then. I love that.
I've been active.
Yeah. So you got a 14, a 9-year-old.
Yeah. 14, 9, 6, 2. Hey,
man, how do you control them knowing who daddy is as an artist and as a celebrity as to just like dad?
Well, it's harder with the 14-year-old because he knows. Yeah, he knows. So, but like our relationship is so dope. Like, man, I love my oldest son. I talk to him every day, and like I'm not the parent just because of who I am. You think we just finna be doing like, nah, man, I'm gonna bring you up similar to the way I was brought up.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? Of course I want my kids' life better than mine, but I differentiate the two easy. Like if I'm out with my kids, I take no pictures.
Really?
Yeah, because I don't even want them to see me like in that light. I want them to keep, knowing this is dad, not Rich Homie Quan. Like, don't ever look at me. I'm only Rich Homie with the mic. I'm never at home with a microphone.
And see, I take every picture, which is crazy.
Yeah.
It's dinner, everything. But I want my kids, I'm like, hey, look at your dad. I'm big boy.
Yeah. I
tell my kids, your dad got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
That's a bar though.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? No, I don't tell them that.
but it's just like, I just don't want them to think like they're going to have a privileged life. Nah, you're going to get it out the mud like Pops did. You feel me? Nothing comes easy, man. You know what I mean? Nothing.
See, that's the one thing that's different, man. I don't want to work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I wish my dad had something. Hell, I wish I knew my dad too. But I wish my dad was on. I would be one of them. I'd be like one of them white kids that just be lazy. You know what I'm saying? And doing nothing. If my dad was on, I'd be like, oh man.
I ain't worried about nothing.
Yeah, I'd be like, we made it.
Yeah.
You know, we made it, man. I saw something where you say that, and Ani threw this to me, that you say New York is probably still mad at you for hip hop honors on the Biggie verse.
Nah, well, I just left New York. They're definitely not mad no more.
Okay, all right.
They're definitely not mad no more. Like New York embraced me. I just had mad love in New York. I kind of love New York now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think they probably had like a 2 year. They were mad about 2-3 years though.
Damn.
It was that's Biggie now.
Yeah, yeah. Hey man,
I still don't know the verse. I still don't know the verse.
And I wasn't gonna even do that to
you. Thank you.
No, I ain't gonna do that to you.
Thank you.
But were you nailing it in practice, like rehearsals?
No, I never knew it. They knew I never knew it. Like so, it's like I even in rehearsal, I had my paper. I was reading the lyrics off of paper in rehearsal.
Damn.
Yeah.
And which song was it again?
Ooh, let me Google it.
We're editing.
It's one with this group Junior Mafia.
You want to sip mo on my living room floor?
Nah, blow, smoke, play Nintendo.
Oh yeah,
I know that word. But that's the verse. That's the verse.
Money?
Yes,
get money.
And like that's New York's anthem. But I'm from the South, and we didn't grow up on that type of music.
Right.
Like
why accept it?
It was Little Kim.
Right.
Just Little Kim. Like
that ask you?
Yeah, I'm still thinking about the picture when she was with her legs split.
Tell me about it. Hello.
I'm not telling Lil' Kim.
They had music on that one? I just saw the album cover.
Me too.
And you say your dad wanted you to do it?
Nah, it was Lil' Kim. So Lil' Kim called me because it was supposed to be for Fabulous, but Fabulous was out of town.
Right. So
when Lil' Kim called, Fendi, his manager hit me up like, yo, Lil' Kim, I want you to do this Biggie. I was like, I'll do it. I didn't even know the song. Like, I didn't know what song I was going to do. I just said yes, like, basically agreed to something, you know.
How long did you have to practice?
Probably about...
What, just in the ride from the airport?
No, probably about 26 hours,
Damn.
Which is enough time. But it's different when I don't know a lick of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had heard the song, but I was just lost completely, like. And it was supposed to be on the teleprompter. That's what messed me up.
Oh, that's what I was going to ask. Did they have the lyrics on the teleprompter?
In rehearsal, we did.
Because even now, I don't want to expose anyone, but I know people they know their lyrics. Yeah, and they have their lyrics on the teleprompter.
Listen, they were supposed to be on the teleprompter, so I definitely got hit with like a give in move on that one. Like, they definitely hit me with the give in. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't upset. Like, when I went back home the next day, you know, MTV showed it like the next day, like, running probably back. So I saw it, and I got the caption on the TV. And when I messed up, like the TV zoomed in on Fat Joe, he was like, he don't know Biggie. And I could read his lips, like, he don't know Biggie.
He was like, today's MCs are not yesterday's MCs. Yeah. They zoomed in on Joe. Oh.
Yeah, zoomed in on Joe. I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
so
man.
It was definitely a moment. You know
Crack probably stood up like, what the fuck?
I saw Crack. I saw Crack. You know what I'm saying?
No, he a good dude, though.
Yeah,
he a good dude, man.
You know what I'm saying?
And you know, it's a trip, them things, man, and that's it's not like those things happen, but damn, those things happen.
They do, and like, we still here to talk about it like years later.
And then yesteryear, things didn't last as long.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Things didn't last as long as they do now, man.
Yes, Homie Quan, you mentioned wanting to get into movies and acting.
Yeah.
Is there an actor that their career inspires you that you would maybe want it to be like for your own career?
I like Will Smith, dope. I like Will Martin. On a serious note, like, I like some Denzel roles. Yeah. Like old school, you know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you this. I know you want to do movies, right?
Yeah.
Can you act?
I think I can.
Oh, okay. All righty.
I don't know. I feel like I can do anything I put my mind to. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say, no, I can't act, but I want to act. Yes,
right.
I think I can. But I haven't tried or attempted. No,
let me bring
I've been in a movie,
up.
though. No, I've been in a movie, though. I've been in a movie before.
I'm not talking about something that you shot while you were on the road with the old girl.
I'm talking about, no, this was a movie with...
Oh, my bad. Sorry about that.
This was a movie on, I forgot, I think it was Week TV. It was like a real movie. Like, they had real actors in there.
You don't even know your own work.
I've done so much. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've done so much, man. You know.
Rich Homie Quan, definitely want to thank you for coming into the neighborhood, hanging out with us, man.
I appreciate y'all,
and hey, dude, it's a pleasure to see you again.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure to see you. Pleasure to see you smiling, man. Yeah. Family and Moolah is the new project. It's an EP. Continue to do what you do, man. You always been good in the neighborhood, man. And thank you for coming back in, bro.
I appreciate you.
Man.
Appreciate everybody that always feel like family in the neighborhood, man. We got a barbecue. Now, y'all were barbecuing last time I came up here for real. Like,
Yeah, and you remember what you said the last time you were here for real?
What did I say?
You were like, man, when I come back, I'm blessing everybody with gifts.
That's right.
Yeah, man. And I was like, man, your presence is our present. You was like, no, man, not my present is, but not my presence is your present.
If you
You was
could
like, I'm bringing back.
Show me that clip.
Say what now?
Show me that clip.
Okay, I'll show it to you. Best believe that, man. This dude trying to, you know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I got it right here. Hold on, here we go. Let me play the audio back. Rich Homie Quan, so you saying the next time that you come? No, okay. Hey Juan, can you give me the clip of everything? You know what I'm saying? Now this dude want receipts.
Oh, no, it's all good, man. Everybody got cash out, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
No, we can't take that. We can't do that, man.
y'all can't take cash out?
That's called payola and plugola. Yeah, man, we'll all be on the road with you. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, it's all good.
Your presence is our present. So thank you for coming into the neighborhood, my brother.
appreciate that,
Let's
man.
believe that Rich Homie Quan in the neighborhood for your big interview, Big Boy's Neighborhood.